Have you ever had that feeling, that creepy, crawling sensation that you're the only one not in on a secret? That's exactly how my nightmare began, not in a dream, but in a dusty, forgotten motel off a lonely highway. I was on a cross-country road trip, the kind you see in movies, chasing sunsets and cheap coffee. My car, a trusty old sedan I'd named the Wanderer, decided it had wandered enough. It coughed, sputtered, and died right outside a place called the Sleepy Hollow Motel. The sign was flickering, a perfect cliché. The only other option was sleeping in my car, so I grabbed my bag and checked in. The clerk was a skeletal man with eyes that seemed to see right through me. He slid a tarnished brass key across the counter. 7. Sleep well, he rasped, a sound like dry leaves skittering across pavement. I just wanted a shower and a bed. The room was dated but clean enough. Faded floral wallpaper, a lumpy mattress, and a TV that only got static. I was exhausted, so I crashed almost immediately. The next morning, everything felt off. I went to the small, attached diner for breakfast. A handful of other guests were there, maybe 5 or 6 people. A trucker, a young couple, a businesswoman, and a quiet family. They were all huddled together, speaking in hushed, frantic tones. I sat at the counter and ordered coffee. The waitress, a young woman with tired eyes, refilled my cup, but her hand was shaking so badly she spilled some. Sorry, she muttered, not looking at me. Rough night. I tried to make small talk. Tell me about it. Long drive. She just stared at me blankly. Then the trucker at the nearby table turned, his face pale. You too? You had the dream? Before I could answer, the businesswoman chimed in. The lighthouse, right? And the foghorn. But it was singing a song. The young couple nodded vigorously. And the little girl in the yellow raincoat, the man said, his voice trembling. She was waving from the top, but her face was all wrong. A chill went down my spine. I hadn't dreamed of any lighthouse. My dreams were the usual nonsensical stuff, showing up to an exam I hadn't studied for, my teeth falling out. Nothing so specific. I don't know what you're talking about, I said slowly. Silence. Every single person in that diner stopped and stared at me. It wasn't just curiosity, it was suspicion. Hostility, even. The friendly morning chatter had evaporated, replaced by an unnerving collective quiet. The trucker narrowed his eyes. You didn't see her? The girl by the sea? No, I said, my own voice sounding foreign. I slept like a log. It was the wrong thing to say. They exchanged glances, a silent, unnerving communication passing between them. The mother from the family hugged her child tighter, pulling him away as if I were contagious. I felt like an intruder, an anomaly in their shared nightmare. I quickly paid for my coffee and left, their stares burning into my back. I spent the day waiting for the tow truck, feeling increasingly isolated. I tried to read a book by the grimy motel pool, but I couldn't focus. Every time another guest walked by, they would stop, whisper, and point. I was the outsider. The one who hadn't been invited to their subconscious party. That afternoon, I saw the waitress again sweeping the porch. I approached her cautiously. Hey, what was all that about this morning? The dream? She looked around nervously before speaking. It happens. Sometimes. Everyone here. We all dream the same thing. The lighthouse, the girl, the song from the foghorn. It's like the motel dreams. And we're just living in it. But I didn't, I insisted. Why not me? She gave me a look I'll never forget. It was a mixture of pity and fear. Because you're just passing through. The dream, it's for the people who belong here. The ones who are stuck. She leaned closer, her voice barely a whisper. You should leave. Before the motel decides you belong here too. Her words hung in the air long after she scurried back inside. Stuck? What did she mean? Was this some kind of local legend, a prank they pulled on travelers? It felt too real for that. The fear in their eyes was genuine. As evening approached, the tow truck finally arrived. The mechanic, a cheerful guy from the next town over, got my car started in under an hour. A loose battery cable. Simple. As he worked, I asked him about the Sleepy Hollow Motel. Oh, that place? He chuckled. We call it the Dreamcatcher Inn. Weird folks stay there. They say once you check in, you start seeing things. Sharing nightmares. Most people who break down here just sleep in their cars. He slapped my hood shut. You're lucky you're getting out. Lucky. That's one word for it. As I paid the clerk to check out, the same skeletal man from before, he didn't say a word. He just took the key and gave me a long, searching look. In his eyes, I saw a flicker of something. Disappointment? I drove away from the Sleepy Hollow Motel as fast as I could, not even looking in my rearview mirror. The sun was setting, painting the sky in brilliant shades of orange and purple. But I couldn't appreciate it. My mind was stuck back in that diner, with the shared glances and the hushed whispers about a lighthouse I'd never seen. That night, I stayed in a brightly lit, modern hotel chain 100 miles away. The room was sterile and impersonal, and I loved it. But when I finally fell asleep, exhausted from the day's anxiety, the dream came. It was dark and a thick, cold fog swirled around me. I could smell the salt of the sea. In the distance, a single beam of light cut through the gloom, rhythmically sweeping across the darkness. A lighthouse, and then I heard it. A low, mournful sound, not a horn, but a melody. A haunting lullaby sung by a foghorn. I was drawn towards it, my feet moving on their own over wet sand. And there, at the top of the lighthouse, was a small silhouette. A little girl in a yellow raincoat. She turned, and her face was a blur, a smudge of features that wouldn't resolve. She waved, and in that moment I knew. The motel hadn't let me go. I wasn't just passing through anymore. The dream had finally caught me. I woke up in a cold sweat, the phantom song of the foghorn still echoing in my ears. I am still on the road, but now I'm not just running from my past, I'm running from a dream. And I'm terrified to fall asleep again. What do you think? Was it just a nightmare brought on by stress, or did a piece of that strange, lonely motel latch onto me? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you ever find yourself broken down outside the Sleepy Hollow Motel, maybe just sleep in your car. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more strange stories.